This video will show you how to make a room divider for under $15 without using any power tools or putting any holes in your wall. My room divider came out looking like the one you see on the screen right now. However, you can pick whichever curtain you want and whichever rod color you like to style it according to however your room is decorated. You can use a room divider for anything. However, I made mine to separate my craft area from the rest of the room. It hides the mess a bit, and it may be helpful for your crafting project. Here are the materials and tools that I used. I put this list up here so you guys could screenshot it and use it for future reference, but all the links to all the products I used are also in the description below. Here are a few close-ups of the exact tools and materials that I used, just so you can see which brands I picked, but the links are also in the description for you. So for step one of the project, we're going to want to prepare our command hooks. As you can see here, there's a backing, a plastic backing on the back that just pops right off like that. If you have the hook facing the correct way, the backing will pop down and right off. Then you want to remove the little hook. It'll just come right out the back like so. You can put these to the side. You can dispose of the hook part, but make sure that you keep the plastic backing. That's really important because we're going to use it later. Repeat this process on both command hooks. Step 2 is completely optional, but my ceiling is an off-white color, and I wanted the command strips to match the ceiling so they were more hidden. If your ceiling is white, you can keep the command strips as they are, and they'll match just fine. For step 3, we're going to want to poke a hole into our command wire hook base. I started by putting a mark where I wanted my hole, which is about a ½ inch under the opening for the hook. I used a little metal tool here that you can see on the screen. You can really use anything for this, a tiny screwdriver, any sort of small pointy metal object. I lit it with my torch lighter until the metal turned an orange color, so it was hot enough. All I did was poke on my little red mark and it went straight through the plastic. If the tool doesn't go through right away, then the metal isn't hot enough, so light it a bit longer and it should go through quite easily. Repeat this process on both of your command hook bases. For step 4, you're going to take your clear fishing wire and you're going to tape it to the top of a ruler or yardstick and measure out however many inches you want there to be between your ceiling and your rod when it is installed in your room. My room divider hangs about 24 inches from the ceiling. Mark the wire when you get the right length, but do not cut. Line up the little mark you made with the top of the ruler and measure out an additional 16 inches. The extra 16 inches is the length you're going to have to work with when putting this project together. At this time, you can cut your wire. Complete this step to make 2 wires of the same length. For step 5, you're going to connect your clear fishing wire to your command hook base. Start by inserting the fishing wire into the large hole, fish the wire through, and bring it back through the little hole. Complete this step about 3 times. Keep in mind that you don't want to use more than 16 inches of your wire, or else your curtain's going to end up hanging uneven. After looping the wire 3 times through both holes, start to tie the excess wire around one of the loops. You're going to want to tie it about 2 to 3 times just to make sure it's secure. Once you feel it's secure, cut off the excess string and repeat this process on your other command hook base. For step 6, tie your clear fishing wire around your hanging rod. As you can see, I went overboard with tying, but it will hold if you tie it 2 to 3 times, depending on how heavy your curtain is. So just make sure you feel like it's secure once it's tied. Stay cognizant of how long your wires are after tying these knots. You want to keep in mind that you want both wires to be the same length so the curtain hangs evenly. For step 7, reattach the plastic backing to both of your command wire hook bases. Step 8 is another optional step. I decided to put a dab of super glue on both knots that I tied on the hanging rod and the command wire hook base. This is totally optional, and I doubt it does much to even secure the knot. Step 9, pull your hanging rod apart and thread your curtain. Once your curtain is on the rod, join the rods back together. For step 10, attach your command stick pads to the back of your command wire hook base. These sticky pads will be included with your command wire hooks when you purchase them. One side does say wall side, so be sure to stick the correct side onto your plastic base. Once you attach the sticky pads to both of your wire hook bases, you can attach them to your ceiling. Here's the final product. I like the fact that I can change curtains if I get bored with the color or want to change the design of my room. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope your room divider turns out great. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hope to see you soon.